Greetings and salutations. I am Bajongles, and if you enjoy my content, consider following me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bajongles1, where I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at noon Pacific Standard Time. You could also, if you'd be so kind, check out my Bluesky and Tumblr, both at BigBoyArt1, username Bajongles. Also, if you wanted to check my VODs out, consider liking and subscribing here on YouTube. It would be much appreciated. And with that, back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? I am here. I'm very excited. Uh, so one of my friends is deciding to do a Harry Potter like D&D game, and because had I've had all the movies since like I as long as I can remember. By the way, I first got the Harry Potter movies before like six, seven, and eight were out, so it was a while ago now, way before J.K. Rowling started like actually saying her opinions. Anyways, one of my friends has not seen Harry Potter, so yesterday I went over to his place and we watched the first three. And honestly, it's a shame that we have to continue after this because all the rest uh go down in quality slowly over time. To the point where I do not like seven and eight. They are not great movies. I'm gonna be honest. There's only so much uh that genuinely talented movie makers and like actors, actors, sound designers, orchestra, uh, writers, like everybody. There's only so much that they can do to make such bad books into like decent movies. But like, my friend needs to know before we get into this. So, so yeah, and I'm planning on going back soon to have more movies because it's fun to make fun of them too. It's fun to be like, ah, this makes no sense. Hey, see this thing? So they do this and never fucking explain it. And I'm just gonna let y'all wonder which part of the movies I'm talking about because the answer is a lot of it. But anyways, we're gonna be doing fan art for a good series, and that good series is as I start the Outer Wilds music. Uh, that good series is One Piece. Now, excuse me while I get to art time. There it is. I will be continuing this. I'm hoping to get at least like basic cell shading done today, or at least like the background line art, if I'm being more realistic. But still, that's a lot. Let me lower this down for a moment. Let me lower you down to 40. There, media player. There we go. There we go. We're doing awesome. I'm planning things on being chill today. I mean, I always plan on them being chill because I like having a chill vibe. I've been doing my best to read the One Piece chapters as they're releasing. But like I do also need to just like read through again for this series. Right here that I'm doing at the exact moment. So it's a lot of reading. Plus, I have to do research for that One Piece fandom series, which I'm very excited for. By the way, I'm gonna start script writing for like the first episode soon. It won't be ready for a while because I'm gonna be doing another thing first. And I can do this better. If I keep it there. Do this, I can control Z and have that not be a thing, but still have this happen. There we go. One more of these long planks. I'm kind of glad that that this bar that they're in is relatively simple because while I'm like, man, it's not very dynamic or like interesting as a set piece, it's a lot easier to draw and it's definitely a good like starting place for working on like good backgrounds, right? So like I love it for that. It also helps me practice some like prop work. Like for instance, table, stool, other stool, this shelves that are gonna have bottles in it. I swear there was something here. Oh, hold on. There we go. I didn't. I did something. I don't know what I pressed, but I did something and it rotated my canvas very slightly. There's a very slight rotation and that is not what I was looking for. Yeah. By the way, compared to last week, my headache's gone. My headache's gone. I am incredibly eepy though. I am an eepy boy. I'm an eepy individual. But, you know, it's fine. It's like a cozy kind of sleepy. Just means that I have brain fog. Sometimes brain fog can feel nice, but other times it feels, honestly pretty scary. It's scary to have foggy brains sometimes. Because I can tell that I'm not thinking like as clearly as I could be, but that doesn't help figure out like what how to fix that. So, it can be a little scary sometimes. I had an idea, but I would have to undo a lot of work to do it. So I don't think I want to do that. But it is kind of a smart idea. It is a kind of smart idea that I wish I thought of. So I'm going to actually do that. Let me make it a bigger brush, like maybe 32. Yeah, that's a good size. I just need it to be eraser. Luffy's made of rubber. How did that happen? Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum. And this is where it happened. Erasing is so much faster than drawing. That's very convenient for me because I make a fair bit of mistakes and just kind of change my mind sometimes. As do we all. There we go. Outer Wilds. There's a lot of stuff that I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, and that I still need to do. Because I'm working on other projects, like one, and not the, well, yes, this, but like the Undertale research. That shit's fucking modern mythology in the making, man. It's like looking at actual history of like how mythology forms, where there's a bunch of contradictions, people have all these different interpretations, people just ascribe to them all. Uh, they're all like valid, and like complex and weird, and consensus changes between like regions of the internet. And then somebody came along later and tried to canonize it all into one thing. And the fandom hasn't been the same since. The same since like X-Tail Underverse released. It's good, right? I need to watch it again. For the research, and also just because I watched it a while ago. I watched it a while ago and I thought it was like pretty neat. A little confusing, but overall pretty neat. Now, you may be wondering why the fuck I'm doing this. Well, what I'm gonna be doing is creating a new layer that is a flat surface of these vertical lines. And then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna morph it. Yeah, I'm gonna morph it to fit the wall perspective. And then what I'm gonna be able to do after that is, with all of this taken care of, I'm going to have mirror tool on so that I can also do those for this other side of the wall here, because this, like, most of this wall is covered by shelves which have a different thing going on. And so if things go well, that's what's going to end up happening, and it's going to end up working, and it's going to save me a lot of time. But if it fails, then it's a learning experience. And if it's a learning experience, then no harm, no foul, because then I've learned that it doesn't work. Here we go. Something that was I started to keep talking about Harry Potter because it's on my mind since I watched like two and a half of the movies yesterday. That, they really could just have teleporting mailmen. Like literally. Like they could literally just have teleporting mailmen that could go anywhere in the world and deliver the mail. Right? Because wizards can apparate, which is just teleportation, basically. And they also have flu powder, which means that they could teleport between specific like locations if you want it to be more secure, right? But no, they used the world's slowest flying bird. Like, thank you, Brendan Lee Mulligan, for first bringing that up, in a fucking video of his that I saw. Well, like, yeah, no, they could just use teleporting mailmen. And you're probably thinking like, oh, but owls make it more like full of mirth and whimsy. It's like, no. Imagine how whimsical a teleporting mailman is. That's awesome. Right? A teleporting mailman is awesome. I mean, Harry Potter made public transit magical, even though, like, they didn't need to do that because it's already, like, public transit's already magical as it is. But, with, like, the triple decker, in the third movie, and, like, the flying car in the second, which is not public transit, but like still, like they have these like normal world things that are just made magical. And so they could have had a better like more magical mail service. Like it would also be cool. Imagine a teleporting like mail transportation vehicle. That's awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be a little difficult. It's gotta be a little difficult, but it should be less difficult than trying to get the positioning right for all of these right now. I'm still warming up. I don't want it to be an eraser because that just wouldn't work that way. Let me make this size 7 brush. Hold on. Um, there we go. Mirror tool. That'll also help me save time. You're probably wondering, is saving time cheating in art? The answer is no. Saving time is economical. Sometimes I like wasting time in art, though. You know, like doing things that just straight up are less efficient for the sake of, like, getting tranquil with it. Just straight up drawing it, meditative style. Okay, yeah, this is a better layer. Or not a better layer, a new layer. Probably also going to be going over tomorrow to my friend's place to watch the Harry Potter movies, which is awesome. But like, finishing up the ones that we already set out to watch and then like hanging out and like partaking in good media. I know I'm insulting Harry Potter a lot for somebody who's seen them so many times, but like, I've seen them enough, and by enough I mean more times than I can count. So I have an opinion. One is good, two is a little less good than one, three's the best one. Four is about the quality of one, just a different vibe. And then it just sort of slowly goes, like it slowly over the course of the next few movies, gets less and less in quality as the magical world starts to feel mundane. With these, my power shall be complete. I don't know why I said that. Alright, let's see here. We are golden and awesome. God, I'm gonna love watching this back when I'm editing the VOD. Speaking of, I have last week's VOD edited. I just need to upload it once the stream's over. Uh, this, how I used to do it, just a bit ago, like before the schedule change, was that I would edit it, then I would upload it, having it on schedule so that it would work proper, like, be at a set time and everything. But now I am tired, and uh, it feels easier to me to just like edit the VOD, which is taking less and less time for me as I'm getting like better and better at the process of editing, which I'm very happy with, by the way. God, voice crack. But yeah, no, like I'm very happy with my progress on my video editing skills. Uh, because VODs take a minimum amount of editing effort, because I want them to still be mostly unedited, just like, fixed up a little bit to be slightly more enjoyable. Uh, I can probably edit down a 3-hour VOD in like an hour. No less than an hour. Like 40 minutes, like 35, 40 minutes if I'm really rushing myself. And then it will take another like 2.5 hours to like render, and so I can do that in the morning before a stream like I've done today. And then, after that, uh I'm gonna, stream, and then God, I just got a notification. I don't care about what's new. There we go. Sorry, I got a notification from Discord. Not an issue. I wouldn't even say false alarm. It's just not an issue. My throat hurts. I'm gonna drink some water. All right. I've heard people tell me more and more recently that I have a very pleasant voice. That is something that has been developing. Because I used to find my voice absolutely insufferable to listen back to. Normal par for the course. Nobody likes listening to their own voice. Uh, Now I've gotten to the point where my voice is actually like pretty okay in recordings. I overall sound pretty okay. And that is awesome. I'm very happy that my voice is developing in a way that like I can actually stand, because that means if I'm able to stand it, there's a lot of people out there that would find it like great. Because again, the thing of like everyone hates their own voice. Like, I'm not even putting on a voice or anything, it's just I've been developing. Doing a neat little trick. A dastardly trick. I made that a little too thin for my liking. There we go. Now, I'm trying to make it look good, but I'm not trying to make all the planks be the exact same width, because that doesn't feel like realistic to me. That definitely feels a lot more uh what's the word? Manufactured. And I feel like those boards were made like by hand. Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, but I'm also incredibly intelligent. Make that make sense. So why I say that is because I don't need all of this, like on all sides. So I only really need half of this so that I can like get that perspective taken care of, get it all like worked out there, you know? However, the mirror tool is still helping me because now I know the exact middle point and I'm not gonna mess it up. Ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. I just had a thought and I had to walk myself off a fucking like art ledge of like once this series is done, it's gonna take a while for this to be done. So realistically, like it's gonna end either I'm gonna like give up on it because it's too long, too much effort, and I'd rather do other things, which is understandable and fair, for anybody to do, frankly. Or One Piece ends. I was like, I'd like to revisit some of this art to see like how my skills develop like once this is over. And I had to walk myself off of that ledge because Jesus fucking Christ, that would be double the a lot of work. That would be double the massive amount of work. And this is already a lot. I need to convince myself I needed to walk myself away from that, frankly. Wider, there we go. Like, I might revisit the characters individually, but I'm probably not gonna like redo the art pieces. When I say revisit the characters, I mean like mostly the Straw Hats for when like, they get a new look. Oh, I'll redraw them with that look. Like for instance, doing like whenever I get to post time skip, redoing them, especially then. Plus, like, God, I can't wait to draw some of that. And like Luffy and Shanks here, I might like draw some characters. Oh, in scenes where they make sense, even if I've drawn them before. Like for instance, I might draw Luffy again fighting Crocodile for the Sir Crocodile image in Alabasta, because like that makes sense. That makes sense. It would be dynamic and cool. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Beautiful sunshine at the top. I really like talking with people on these streams. That is very true, and there's no but to that. I also like when it's a lot more chill and I get to talk talk to myself out in the void a little bit. This is nice. I may be talking less on average, which is a bit of a shame. I'll eventually get good at talking even more, because it's all of this is practice. Everything I'm doing here is teaching, like, doing here streaming in general is teaching me skills, very valuable ones at that, I'd say, like public speaking and working on my art and video editing and how to keep a proper schedule while unmedicated, which is very important. Plus, even if nobody is here to watch, just the premise that somebody could be watching uh me work on this stuff gives me that little extra how do I put this that little extra like morale boost almost. You know that little push to actually stick with something, even if it's like something I'd otherwise still enjoy, but end up giving up on, just through happenstance, like not even on purpose. From the hole in the ball, my head keeps spinning, my heart it keeps grinning. I'm gonna be winning. This is gonna be beautiful. The sunshine at the top. Ah, lovely. Alright, let's see. There we are. Ain't that a kick in the head? Alright, let's see. I'm nearing the end of this part, which is very fun. I'm very excited. You know, sometimes I feel bad for being like sort of chronically tired like I am. I'm tired all the time, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm tired, I can't do that. Like I'm ever not gonna be tired. So sometimes I feel like I should just push through and do it anyways, because, you know, a lot of times it's gonna be worth it. Doing stuff is awesome. I like doing things. Now I'm gonna have one directly in the middle. A single line directly in the middle. It's gonna finish this part of what I'm working on. Down to the goddamn pixel. There we go. That was a fair bit of work, but only took like, what, 15 minutes? For that? Now I take this funny square. Have that directly there. And then I can do that. Tool presets. Perspective. Alright, I've got that on the correct line, I think. Yeah, that one. Oh, right. No, yeah, I need to keep it like this because, yeah, because the perspective things go like this perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. I messed up the line. Perspective. That's why I was messing that up. I needed to get this corner to the right spot. There we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's the wall line. There we go. Okay, and if I fix that, let's see how good it is. That's good. Yeah. And I can erase this. I can erase a lot of it. 32. Actually, no, there's this large part all the way up here. I might go up to size 64 for this. Because the ceiling has different perspective that I need to uh, get working. With this piece, there's something I want to try out that I've never tried before with art. That being gradient maps. Because, like, I've used gradients with overlay, but I've never used a gradient map before where the shading has different colors automatically mapped to it based on the value. That would be really interesting to try out here. Like, along with having a flat color overlay on top of it to mix with those colors very nicely, imagine how cool that'd be. Imagine how cool it's gonna be. No, I figured what piece is better to do that than this, frankly. And if I don't like it, then I can not use it, frankly. But like if I do, then I can adopt it to everything else I do. Oh, my computer just got a bit loud. That's fine. I will have a separate thing for this back wall. The back wall will be mostly covered by these, by the red hair pirates. So, like, I won't have to do much, like, actual decoration in the back. But I should still do the planks, but I need to do them separately because this is a flat wall. The beauty in all this will come from the shading. The shading usually does make or break an entire piece because the human eye is focused more on contrast. The contrast is what we like. And it is what our eyes actually process. Like, the contrast between colors, the contrast between, like, values. Okay, I messed up a little bit with this bottom bit of the back wall there. Because it should match this. Because this is the line where it goes from like floor to wall to ceiling. Okay, let's see if I do big and just sort of blanket erase all of this. Now you may be wondering, if I'm erasing all this, do I think that this was worth it? Yes, I do. I believe that this whole thing was very worth it. Because now I have this whole wall in perspective. And that saves me a lot of brain power and time. Look at me being smart. I didn't mean to do erasing. There we go, that is that. Here we are. I did go too far. Okay. Again, this wall back here doesn't need to be too detailed either. Because one, a bunch of figures covering it. Two, stools and bar are also covering it. And three, there's gonna be a lot there's gonna be a fair amount of detail there. That one, that one, that one. I need to do this one. Alright, sick. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. One, two, three, four, you, which means I need to do you next. One more, maybe. Mayhaps. There we go. Alright, sick. And a little bit of shoulder stretch. Back poppage. There we go. Alright, sick. Alright, and now that that is taken care of, I'm going to fix up some stuff that needs fixing. I'll increase this to like 24? Yeah, 24 is a good eraser size for this. To make sure that when I merge the layers, I have to do a lot less delicate work later. Yeah, like that. Here we are. Let's say hypothetically, I got spurs that jingle jangle jingle, jingle jangle. That song, it's let's say for the sake of argument, very far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell. Though I, perhaps, may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. Because I got spurs that jingle jangle jingle, jingle jangle. That song's good. I don't know why I did it in a impression, like an impression of a Shabibo impression. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never wore. I got spurs, jingle, I got spurs, that jingle jangle. Now that song is so very far from wrong. Oh no, I did it right. It's just that I stopped before this. So if I wrong way, if I do that and have you, then I can get rid of that for a moment. Wrong. Actually, no, not wrong layer. No, no, that's fine. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is where I never fail. I got spells that jingle jangle jingle. I feel very fortunate to have the opportunities that I have. It's just, sometimes I wish the world as a whole was better. What opportunities, you may ask, to be able to do this? Mostly to be able to get myself out there and try and make other people's lives positive. Just that little bit more. I got spurred, that jingle, 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 jingle. So I go riding merrily along. That jingle, 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 jingle. Song is so very far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell. Though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. I got spurred. That jingle, 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 jingle. There we go. Again, I should probably play the Fallout games sometime on stream. Actually finish some of them. I've played all of them at this point, but I have not finished any of them. So I should probably do that. And sort of give like an overall Fallout review series would be interesting. Like as an edited thing on YouTube, on a separate like edited videos channel. Where the Undertale stuff is also gonna be going on too. Like that would be fun, plus like an even more edited uh like version of the Portal, and some like properly edited stuff for Team Switch's Underswap, and maybe not Undertale Yellow. I might skip out on doing an Undertale Yellow one. I know about like that Undertale Yellow Dosh, that cheddar, that yellow cheddar. But like I might skip out on doing that. Or 8 now. There we go. Just because the first stream I did had engineer on it, and the conversation isn't exactly very editable, as far as I can tell. Seven. Seven. There we go. Awesome. Ah. Sometimes for the past few weeks I've been wondering if doing this big piece is the right move with all these figures, and then I remember. Then I remember otherwise I'd be doing all of these individually. And frankly, that doesn't sound as interesting. So I'm gonna do this anyways. I got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. And that song, it's so very far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell. Though I may have done some fooling, that's why I never fell on my spell. That jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle. Song is so very far from wrong. I hope the Pacific Northwest accent starts to develop into something more distinct eventually. Sort of what I want for all accents in North America. So I want them to be more developed eventually. Uh, the thing is though, uh, I also don't want it to sound annoying. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell. Though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. I got spurned. What if I got rid of that sketch layer to see my progress? The progress is very good. I'm scared of losing this progress, so I'm going to save it now. Hmm. Make sure to stay hydrated. That's the gamer way. Let me turn on my reference. Okay. Okay. It is once every, so this goes on there. So it's one, two, three, four? It looks like. It looks inconsistent. I'll do whatever. I think I'm gonna have it be once every 4 planks. Once every 4 makes sense, or maybe once every 5. I think 5 sounds better to me, because 5 is a nice number. 3, although also a nice number, is a bit too narrow and thus will be more work. So well. Alright, let me see the actual back of everything. No, I was right the first time. Okay, the back. Okay, let me get the sketch back on, turn that off. There is apparently a window there that I missed. I'm just gonna say it's not gonna be in my version, because I don't care. Well, I care. I care deeply. But there's a level of caring that you have to consider. Is healthy or not. Okay, with you, I'm going to merge you with layer below now. You're, you're welcome. Yeah, if I get rid of that, and then add the sketch back, there's the actual, like, detail density that I have going on at the moment, which will increase over time. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm thinking. Okay, so I really could just do that. How would the back look? I assume that the trim would stay like around the back, right? Like that's my assumption. Digital champions to save the digital world. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. That is not what I said. There we go. Okay, that's a lot more reasonable. Like that's a lot more actual. That's a lot more real and actual. If I also increase like that, then it can stay black like that, I think for now. Oh, I did the wrong one. I wanted to do this one. Oh, save the digital champions. Oh, save the digital world. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. I actually, I actually might just, have both of these on, really. The digital champion. Oh, save the digital world. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champion. Digimon, digital monsters. I need to rewatch Digimon, like the original series, because I watched it as a kid. It was good. Too bad Digimon kind of got canned a little bit. It got canned. It got canned a tiny bit, just a little bit, just to hurt us, just to hurt us. Uh. I get rid of that. Then I do, okay, so this would go up like, I'm just gonna do a new layer. That's the beauty of digital art, is I could just go, new layer Krong. Make sure you're flattened out. There we go. Make sure that, unlike me, these lines are straight. There we go. Okay. Oh. There we go. Let me get the reference back up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and if I do that. No, I need to keep that. Is there a cat on this side of the door? Hi, Nanos. Hello, I'm happy to see you. Hi. Yeah. Oh, it smells like somebody's making something in the kitchen. That's nice. Oh, did I do that on the wrong layer? I did, didn't I? If I get rid of that. Yeah, if I get rid of that. And then do that. And then turn, yeah, and then have this back on to see what I have fixed. There we go. Now that is one singular crossbeam. Now I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna do another one. No, I might do another one that's a bit more in the foreground. Hi, you want on my lap? There we go. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I'm happy to see you. Mm-hmm. Alright, I have a cat on my lap now, which is very nice. That might affect my productivity a bit. But does it matter? No, not really. Okay, it is a Tuesday. I got scared for a moment that I was streaming on the wrong day. But no, it's Tuesday, innit, bruv? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You. There we go. You know, it's nice to just be able to sit back and relax a little bit. And if I kiss to build a dream on. There we go. Does it need to be perfectly flat and even? Well, it's thin enough that it probably will be. Or else it'll look like super wrong. But other than that, that should be golden. It should be good. Let me get a little bit close. I love you. I need full access to my arms and my hands. It's starting to come together a little bit. Look at that. Yeah, it's starting to come together. And every time I do this and go, alright, here's, so let's say, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 is shorter than this 5, will be shorter than the next, or longer than the next 5, and, you know, so on. So on until the end. And that'll give even more of a sense of perspective. Plus, like, the planks of wood that go, or like, yeah, the planks that go in line towards the vanishing point will also help with that. Oda actually designed this space very effectively for perspective. Nanos, I love you. I need I need my arms. Mwah. As you can see on the screen, I'm doing stuff. Yeah. Great. So for context, what my cat here, Penelope, is doing is she's nuzzling against my arms, which is very adorable, mind you. You're a cutie patootie. Yeah, but she's a very strong cat. So if she like really puts her whole like muscle into it, she'll just straight up move my arm. And again, while it's adorable, it is not very helpful to me while I'm doing artwork because I need to have stuff taken care of. I have my mouse taken care of here. Let me see what the floor does. Okay. Okay, so the floor. I think I may have messed up. I think I may have messed up. The bar should be in the back. The bar should be in the back, and these people should be dancing somewhere else. Technically speaking, but I have gone far enough that I kind of just, uh, I have some self-respect, frankly. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me recount that. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. And it's not exact measurements. It's in relation to these boards, which are also not exact measurements. And I think that that is currently beneficial to this piece. Ah. Forgot to turn on this again, so I'm gonna do that before I mess up and have to redo things. Piano, see what I mean when I say like each individual one is a bit closer together than the last? That is because perspective has this thing called foreshortening. I guess in this case it might be hind shortening? Because we're looking farther back and stuff is cramming together as it's farther away. I have that focus. God, I really need. For context, I have a D&D character uh in an urban fantasy game who has this shirt, and I just remembered it because I kind of just legit want it, where it says I got that dog in me, and it shows the $1.50 Costco hot dog. And as we all know, those hot dogs are a holy artifact. Blessed be the $1.50 Costco hot dog. I wonder how strange that phrase is gonna sound in like, I don't know, 20 years? 20, 30? Will Costco even be a thing anymore? I hope it is, because Costco's awesome. But it could also stop being awesome and then die. This is the way of things with all things that get enshittified. Time for more water. Hmm. Okay, I figured out what the process of completing this is gonna be. So I'm gonna probably today just be focusing on the background, and I want to get like the background line art done, and I want to get the shading for the background started. I'm gonna save again. It's always good to remember to save. Da, 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 da. Alright, here we go. And then I can get rid of that. You know, you've heard of enshittification, but what if you got it? What if something got enchartified? It got enshittified and now it's everyone's problem. There we go. Yep, there we go. It's coming along pretty nice. I think I might add one more. Uh, Wrong way. Wrong layer, I mean. I'll probably add one, like, around there. That makes the most sense perspective-wise to me, roundabout. I, although I might, uh, yeah, I'm gonna have that be, like, the corner. You know, this front corner here for this. Making sure those guidelines are still there. Hi. Alright, gamers. So, what I'm going to do, real quick, is I'm going to BRB, because I need, desperately, to piss. So I'll be back. Sorry about that, I have returned. Uh, I noticed that while I was gone, one of those fucking cheap viewers bots showed up again, which is annoying. But at least now I have, now I have pissed. I have a cat back on my lap. Life is good. Mwah. And now I can continue. And now that I can continue, I can make progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is why counting is valuable. Let's see if I do that, and then do that. Is this the right layer? Yes, yes, it is the right layer. The beauty of the perspective also is that as it goes farther back with this, the details start getting covered up more, which means that they, you know, you see how it's sort of like detail here and then it goes a bit black because, you know, the space is gone. I like that. I like what it's doing right now. But you know, after this one, that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. You see? So I will have to do one here to make things, you know, look more cohesive, probably. But you know, other than that, uh, all I'd need to do after that is work on work on all of the ceiling planks, which you can see here. They're big. They're more like panels, really. But you know, they all follow the same perspective line. Oh wait, no, this is the right. You know, this is the right place. It's just that he messed up the floor top the floor planks. See, because they go this way on this one, but they go this way on this one. However, you can see the roof tiles here, and the perspective still goes the right way. So no, I'm correct. I'm correct actually. I was wrong about being wrong. I hope about this. There we go. The Goo Lagoon. Hold on, there we go. I need these to be a bit more exact because they're small. Small means that I can't make big mistakes or else it'll be completely wrong. Alright, focus. Focusing. There we go. Okay. Focusing is happening at this moment. Now you getting sleepy? Yeah. This is a much slower process, but it works. It works well and good. Now, at this point, if I still messed up, then oh well. No harm, no foul. I think this is a good distance. Yeah, that looks right to me. Background line art. There we go. Perfect. Actually, no, I shan't. I shan't do that. Yet. What I shall do. Yeah, that already makes it look more complete. That's good. On Thursday, if all things go right, then I'll have another friend on stream while I do stuff. That being Potato Jeremy. It seems like we have things mostly figured out, but, we need to actually do stuff because, technical difficulties are a thing. Ah, my headache has returned. Hmm. All right, here's Here's a trick on how to take care of headaches. So the first thing you should do is make sure that you're drinking a proper amount of water. Uh, because that allows you to determine whether or not it is a dehydration headache or like an actual headache. Because, if you drink water and it goes away, then you're fine. And that's just a dehydration headache. But if it stays, then you need to like do stuff to alleviate your pain. Uh like maybe take some headache meds or drink some like nice hot like nice warm tea with some honey, which also helps clear your throat. Uh for throat clearing, I highly recommend like lemon and ginger herbal tea with like honey in it. Maybe take like a nice like steamy bath. Try and like eliminate as much overstimulation as possible. Maybe have like try out heating or ice pack, like heater ice packs to see which one will help you. Especially if you're in America. The last place you should really be going is the hospital, because, one, they're gutting that, and two, it's expensive. It's expensive. It costs a lot of money. But if you're in, basically anywhere else in the world where they consider healthcare to be a service rather than an industry, uh, if it keeps going, maybe then check to go to the hospital. There we go. Okay. If I get rid of that for a moment and that. I rather like that, don't y'all? It's very nice. Get rid of that. I need to save it again. There we go. Saving document. Very nice. There we are. Wow, my bitrate is very dynamic now. Uh, to say the least. I'm looking at it on my stream manager. That's nice. Okay, so there's a bit of latency. What is my quality? I'll go quality source. Yeah, there we go. Yep. All right. Sick. My. We'll go back to this and make a lot of progress. Energy with layer below. And then I'll be able to show all of the line art progress that I've made so far. Ain't that glorious? And then I'll have another line art layer that's just the tables, the bar, um, that's that sort of stuff. I'll probably have one uh, uh for her because she's behind the bar. And then I'll have one for these foreground people, and then one for these background people. For like line art and all of them having separate shading layers technically. Plus having like a fun gradient map. Eventually, that'll be awesome. That'll be so awesome. That'll be so cool. It'll be the most incredible superhero movie the world has ever seen. The screens will light up with special effects. My super sweet cape will be special effects, and it'll blow your mind. It's my movie, my movie, my superhero movie, even. And is it all about me? I'd say so. See my booty in my own movie. It's my movie, my superhero movie. About me, yeah, it's all about me. I want to keep that full, thank you. I like having this middle line. I realized I really like having this middle line. So I'm going to adjust this. And then have it meet the schmiddle. Yeah, having that meet the schmiddle. I think some of my friends have forgotten the origin of schmiddle, but I haven't. Within my friend group, just saying schmiddle. Sometimes I miss the past, but sometimes the future looks brighter. And I think that overall progress, on average, moves forward. The world might leave us behind here in the United States. Uh, like maybe. But like overall, humanity and the world in general keeps marching forward. It's very nice. It's very nice and reassuring to know that. Hold on, I need it zoomed out a little. By a little, I mean a lot. If I zoom you in like this, then I can go like that. And then there's that. And these look about the right size for the reference I'm looking at. I see my booty in my own movie. It's my movie, my superhero movie. About me, yeah, it's all about me. Uh, uh, Alright, yeah, that looks good. There we are. Very good. The best part is none of this has to be exact. It is all about the process and improvement. Alright, there we go. There we go. Have another ego and be a billionaire. We are getting further and further along. We are moving right along with good times and good news with good friends who can't lose. This could become a habit. Alright, there we are. I forgot what I need to get that. Let's hitchhike bus or yellow cabot, moving right along. Loose and fancy free. Moving right along. Share the load. Map 64 brush width. Got all of this just fully taken care of. If I get rid of this and you see that top bang. Oh, sorry for clapping. I didn't mean to disturb you. Bang. Look at that. Looky here. It's right here. Look at that. Wrong one. And now, on to the hard part. Frankly. On to the hard part, and I still have an hour to do it. Or work on it. Or more, frankly. I like the feeling. Okay, so obviously this is not a hard or fast rule at all. I like the feeling. Sorry, I'm readjusting my chair. I like the feeling of stream like 3-hour streams. 3 hour feels nice. It is a nice number of hours to participate in. see, okay, so I need this to be, let's do 24. Right, for later. I'll adjust that in a bit. I'll adjust that. This music is magical. My leg is waking up and it is hell on earth. Owie. Uncle Grandpa sucks. What did you say? I said Uncle Grandpa sucks. Now you have gone too far. Prepare to die, Omnima. Ooh, owie, 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 that smarts. Ooh. I love that video so much. It's so dumb, but like it's dumb in the way I like. Dumb is not insulting it. It is. Oh my god. It's very slapstick. I cannot express how much work I've done on this, but I've recorded it so I could explain. This is the beauty of recordings. Probably have to delete the raw VODs later. Some of the raw VODs later. God damn it, I dropped my stylus. There we go. There we go. We're doing awesome and cool. And when we're doing awesome and cool, that means we're doing great. Alright, how are the... Okay, should I do the floor being like... Should it be across like this or up like that? Mind you, they're gonna be like a bunch of planks. Right, they're all gonna be planks is the thing. So maybe I'll sort of help emphasize the perspective a little bit more. To do them long ways, towards the back, like long ways this way or width ways this way. Hmm. 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 That's the rub, ain't it? I think this helped my decision. I'm still deciding, obviously, but like I have a decision now. Okay. Button. Auto saving, goddamn you! I was gonna save me. It was my job to save. I think unlike that, I don't think there should be just like one center line. I think I should have like a center line of... Wait, no, new layer. I need to merge that with layer below to have this, and then I need to make a new layer. I am so intelligent. I am so smart. As long as I make progress. all good. There we are. I think I might thin this middle one out a little bit more. Yeah, like that. So I'm going to wait. Hold on. There we go. Thirds are always really hard to make look right because they're an odd number. But that's what I've decided, and that's what I think will look best. I don't know why I zoomed in this far to do this, but I did, and now I have to keep going at it. I have to keep going at it, and, almost there. Awesome. It doesn't have to be exact thirds, but it does have to look... It has to look good. There we go. How's that? That's good. Now I can split this in twain. Split him in twain! That's a reference to something I will never explain. Maybe. I need you to be a bit wider. There we go. There we go. Alright. Wonder bar. Again, sorry I'm a bit quiet. I am personally enjoying myself on a chill day where I just get to draw art that I like. There we go. This actually isn't that bad of a thirds marker. I might adjust it a little bit though. There we go. There we are. There we are. Black hole sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the pain. Black hole sponge, won't you come? Won't you come? Sandy cheeks, scientist, thinks her work's the very best. Black hole sponge, black hole sponge, won't you come? Black hole sponge. Okay, it looks to me like uh from what I'm seeing with the reference that I have pulled up. The planks are very long, but I don't want them to, go through the entire room. So I personally, mm, yeah, so I personally think that I'm doing something awesome and cool, but also I need to yeah, I'm doing something awesome and cool, but also I need to work on getting it right. I need to make sure to get all this right because if I don't, that's a problem. Black old sponge, won't you come home? Oh, black old sponge, won't you come? Black old sponge, black old sponge, won't you come? This work is the very best. Mr. Krabs, stingy fuck. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I was starting to slip into my funny Chris O'Neill voice. Oh, black hole sponge. It's not a good one, mind you. It's not a good Chris O'Neill, but it is a Chris O'Neill. Chris O'Neill plays. Can you believe that Chris O'Neill is playing video games? Can you believe? Can you believe that Chris O'Neill is playing video games? Because I can. I believe. So I know I said I don't want to do the vertical lines, and I think I'm gonna stick with that. But wouldn't it be funny if that was a lie, though? Wouldn't it be funny if that was just a bold-faced lie? I believe it would be. But today is not for the funny. Today's for the ones that we got. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba, ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba. Back memories, give me back you. The tears bring back all the memories. Okay, that central group of them looks good. So I am going to sort of spread that, much like managed democracy, upon the foul bugs and bots. Simple as, simple does. There we are. There we are. Pretty cool, eh? I could have done 2-point perspective on this, but I really, really didn't want to. So I thought, hey, why not just, why not just do 1-point perspective? And so I did. And it was good. Black hole spun. You know, now that this has started, it's a lot less hard than I thought it would be. The floor, I mean. This feels a lot more manageable to me. Now that, like, I guess that's just sort of the thing with any art form, right? Is that the thing that sucks the most is always starting. You know, now that I've started, all I have to do is keep moving. It's sort of like it's almost like physics, you know, like Newtonian physics of an object in motion wishes to stay in motion unless influenced by an outside force and all that. I forget which law that is. See, what I'm doing with this perspective here is actually not quite how I see the world. My peripheral vision kind of starts to curve a bit, especially on the right side. So it would be really funky, like here and kind of here, if I was being accurate to how I saw the world, rather than what would, you know, make it easy for me to get it done. See, I knew that. This is not a very fast process, but it is a very nice one. This feels very meditative. Me hearing my computer right now achieving liftoff. It's fine though. Man, and imagine the hell my computer would be through if I was like rendering the VOD while I was streaming. I'm glad that it finished it rendering like just before we started. There we go. Says why. I need to figure out which of these is the. Yeah, I need to figure out which one of these lines is the start of the bar here. Alright. I can't wait to, once my art abilities get worked on further, I can't wait to be good at backgrounds. You know? I can't wait to be good at backgrounds. Okay, so it seems like my stream player thing on uh on like Twitch needed to be reloaded, but it seems like the stream on my phone was fine. So I don't know what the deal with that is. But it seems like just stuff's working still. I would have seen a buffer wheel uh on my phone end if I was not uh if I was actually not streaming, which is good for me. Okay, so I've done this. I've started that. I don't know why I started on the far end. This is more difficult for me. There we are. There we are. There we are. Golden and delicious. You know, I forgot. how much progress I made, like actually today so far. I'm not done yet, mind you, right? I'm gonna continue to make more progress. But damn, this is a lot of progress. This is a lot of work done. Hip hip fucking hooray. Ugh, if we get this sketch, then this is completely covered by people and this and also that, to the point where I don't need to draw that, frankly. Okay, I figured out something for the next time I stream. This, which is going to be next week. Shout out to next week. Gotta be one of my favorite genders. That makes no sense. Hmm. Yeah, I think I. Here's what I'm gonna do. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this bar, these stools, and these shelves, plus this, like, pillar here, be another layer. Right? This is gonna be a different layer, of line art and stuff. Probably along with this table, this stool is gonna be part of, Ben Beckman. And I think that the foreground figures will be will be another layer, and then the background characters will be their own layer. I'm tired and yawning. Hmm. There we go. That's cool. That's good. Again, I'm coming down with some sort of sickness. It's taking a while for me to come down with it. But, like, I can feel myself getting slightly worse every day. So there might come a time eventually where I'll have to skip a stream or two. Which would be really unfortunate because I really like doing this. And skipping it would suck. I like being here, and I hate anything that stops me from being here. Unless it involves family. And then family's fine. Imagine if this ends up being my most ambitious art piece so far. Likely. Yeah, it's very likely. It seems like it is. And once I do the red hair pirates, I can later do whoop slap. He's the old man in Fusha Village, which is a really funny name. His name is fucking Whoop Slap. And there we are. It's nice to just sit back with relaxing music, isn't it? quite nice. Just to sit back and relax and not think about the world. Of course, the only issue is with that, is sometimes the world comes knocking on your door anyways. And it's often better to keep in mind what's going on in the world and trying to help out where you can anyways. There we go. There we are. That should be straight. If anybody tells you that using the mirror tool is cheating, it's not. Look at what I'm doing. I'm technically only doing the lineup for half of this floor, and it's being mirrored over here. I mean, yes, it needs to get done, right? Obviously. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that and that so that I just have this. Holy moly, the progress! Look at that. Holy Congadero! Holy Congadero! It's me, #1 rated salesman circa 1997. Spampton. Gee, Spampton. I imagine that sometimes Spampton's voice sounds a bit like a record scratch. Like moving it back, like that sort of noise, sort of like a Shy Guy almost. Spampton, G. Spampton. #1 rated salesman circa 1997. I want him to, whenever I play Deltarune on stream, which won't be for a while, because, as we all know, Deltarune tomorrow. And Deltarune tomorrow cost money. It is quite the unfortunate conundrum, really. Deltarune tomorrow cost money. Okay, for you, I already got you taken care of, so you're good. But now I have to do this one. There we go. Oh, I still need to edit that meme. God damn it. I like the part of drawing where, like, I've already made the decisions and now I can just, like, sit back and turn my brain off a little bit and get things situated nice and working properly. Speaking of getting myself nice and work properly, if I zoom in, I will BRB. So, because I need to piss. I returned. Hello, hello, hello. So I am going to undo my BRB right there. I need to do a proper like be right back text. Or not text, screen that I can get situated and then it'll be awesome. Get that line straight. Get this one straight. They're using footsteps in this song. I never noticed. Like as part of the percussion. That's awesome. I was a little scared for a moment, but now it's awesome. Back popping. You see, the beauty of popping my back is I do not need a chiropractor nearly as much as, let's say, some random person that doesn't pop their back and has back issues. But remember, if you're gonna pop your back, make sure it doesn't hurt. Because if it hurts, you're doing it wrong. Also, be courteous of people with sensory issues. If you're in the room with them and they have issues with, like, the popping noises, be courteous of them. Man, everyone I follow is going live right now. That's a shame. I can't watch any of them. I guess that's just what happens when you get busy with your own stuff, is that you can't watch everybody. Okay, I think that those are done. So if I do sketch, there we are. Things are going quite awesome. Hmm. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Uh, I'm gonna finish up this back wall, doing all like the vertical struts, and then I'm gonna like take a break here and maybe end stream. And I'm getting tired. Why the fuck? I'm learning so many things about Krita. Like apparently that can happen. There's one continuous line, and then there was just a little like dovetail there. That's interesting. I think Outer Wilds has some of the like besides obviously Toby Fox music, because he's just kind of fucking built different, I guess. Like has some of the best motif work I've heard from like soundtrack music. I don't know, maybe John Williams is up there too. I like his music. He did Star Wars, I think. We're in the room. I for yeah, I keep saying this, and I keep saying this because I keep forgetting, and then like suddenly remembering again. This is a lot of progress, right? Like this 100% is a lot of progress. I guess why I forget that is because I always, desire to just be normal and thought that I was always like too slow, especially in school. And I don't mean slow as in like the term for neurodivergent people, though I mean I am, so I guess that makes sense. But like I don't know, there was always this thing, like this thing on my record that was always like, oh, he's different, and I guess like it's beneficial to have had something to blame. But like, when you tried to keep up with everybody, no matter how hard you tried, you were still behind. It's not a fun feeling. And that's why when I do art and when I talk on stream, I try and make sure that everybody knows that it doesn't matter. Because what matters is that you are making progress. Do not compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to past you. It is going to be much healthier for you. So like there are a bunch of artists that I follow on a bunch of social media that are like leaps and bounds better than me in a bunch of different ways. And I am a bit jealous, honestly. I'm a fair bit jealous. But what really matters is if I'm better than I was before. And I'd say I am. I'd say I've been improving a lot. There are no grades here. There are no real deadlines necessarily. It's just art. I need to get rid of this too. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna keep that. There we go. Finish with layer below. And there that is. What I'm going to do now is background shading. There we go. And you know what's gonna make this very easy? Let me get that to exactly where I want it. There we go. There we are. And now that's there. But I'm gonna have it invisible for until I have the line art for all the things. I'm gonna make sure this is saved. I'm gonna swap over to just chatting. I feel good, I think. And now I believe I'm going to do my ending shill. I've been Bajongles. You can find me over on Bluesky and Tumblr at BigWare1, username Bajongles. You can tell it's me by my profile picture. You can also find me over here on Twitch at Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. And uh, check out my YouTube where I post the VODs a week after they happen, after the stream happens. Uh, the channel is Bajongles. I'm going to eventually change it to VOD Jongles once I get the once I get the other channel up and running for edited videos. Uh, and maybe consider liking and subscribing over there. With that, uh, it has been wonderful streaming and talking. I'll catch y'all on the flip flop. Bye bye.